We start with, just I want to give a quick update. My last analysis was almost for this coin, almost was 2 months back when the price was within here. We discussed about the next deep correction and looking for buy. Anyway, this is what we get. No one see what's the next. Whether we can look for continuation, whether or we can expect this one turn to a more complex correction. Anyway, we start with higher time frame and we want to see what we have been looking for. If we start with the monthly chart, and we have been looking for this correction, and this is what we get because we mentioned with the breakout of this one we have been looking for 9 following by 11.5. We mentioned with the breakout of this one then we can look for all-time high. If we move to lower time frame weekly chart, it will be more clear. Again, we have been looking for this correction, and this is what we get. And we mentioned after the breakout of this top we can look for 9. With the breakout of the 9 we can look for 11.5. And now we want to see whether the price can continue and tag 9 or this one can turn to a more complex correction before we see the continuation. Okay. And the only thing is, if we put this stop relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, we have a divergence. At this point, we don't need to really care about the divergence. If we see the continuation is turned to a corrective, then we have to be quite careful. For those traders, they get the trade for buy within this correction. At least they should book some profit. And if we move to daily chart, similar explanation, we want to see whether the price can tag 9 and even break the 9, because with the breakout of the 9, we are looking for 11.5. And as I mentioned, for those traders who get the trade for buy within this one, either book some profit or move their stop loss to break even, because even if we put this stop in relative to the previous one, even based on daily chart, we have a divergence, because if there is no continuation from here, we can expect this one turn to a 3-wave before we see the continuation. That's why we have to be quite careful. All right. That means at this point, whoever get the trade for buy within here, at least book some profit or move their stop loss to break even. And based on forward chart, I don't see any trade setup. And if I move, daily chart, based on daily chart, we don't see any trade setup. And if we move to forward chart, for me, if I want to look for buy, if I get the next drop, then I will prefer to put my entry above here. At this point, we can put our entry above this top, but it's not a really good idea. That's why the best thing is if we get one more drop with the breakout of this low or tag this low, then we can put our entry above here, or we can look for the reversal as a sharp move flag. All right. And having entry above the top above here can be an option, but it's not a really good idea. The best option is if we get a one more drop, then we put our entry above here. Okay, that's why at this point, whoever wants to look for buy, they need to be quite careful, because we want to see the continuation as a sharp move, not the corrective move, because corrective following by the divergence, mostly we can expect the next drop based on daily chart. The next drop can be as a third wave from here. That's why buying at this top, even if we see the breakout of this one, based on 1 hour chart, as I explained, we can have entry above the top, but we prefer to put our entry above here after we get the next drop. This is the best. The price tag or break this low, then we can put our entry above here or here. But at this point, the only option is to put our entry above here. It can be an option, but it's not the best. That's why if anyone wants to put the entry above here, we want to price sharply tag, break, and continue the price tag. We see there is no continuation within the first maximum, within the first 2 hours. There is no continuation. We should take out the trade in break even. Anyway, we just follow the chart, and if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.